up is pretty loose and free. Going down, not so much. So we're going to go into 3 fibers, just to run through it real quick. Spinalis, longissimus, iliocostalis. You want to consider all 3. We'll do a little bit of work without movement, and then we'll add movement to it. Okay? So I'm going to start with his iliocostalis. I'm going to go in, and I'm going to collide. Now, I'm not stretching body parts, but you will find me always kind of grabbing other parts of the muscle and stretching it. Now, as you do this, 2 things will happen. One is it will become more free to move the tissue. And 2, you'll start finding spots. Let's see where yours are. A little bit there, but I think if we go. Let's see. How you doing there, okay? So, really dense areas of the erectors, you want to bring in some compression directly on those and just get it moving those deeper layers.
Is that intense at all?
Mm-hmm. Very.
Okay.
It just got worse. A lot worse.
Not enough for the Wookiee brain.
I don't have it in me.
He's got a lot of food in his belly. The Wookiee in him is happy.
Yes, it is.
That's
Sneaky Wookiee.
Okay, so I'm really just doing this for David's purposes. This is not new to you guys. This is stuff you guys have done before. Still good stuff. And actually, we've got a great hook here, so I'm going to ride this out.
Jeez.
All right. So typically when you get a bend, like the central part of his right bend is right around here. So we're going to start integrating some movement with it. If they are right bent, we want them to bend to the left. Always take them in the direction they want to go. So what we'll have you do, David, bring your palms to the table here. Okay, good. And then you're going to do left bend. So you're going to take your whole torso and bend it left. Good. And back. Good. We want to build into the concave angles. So he's right bent. I'm going to build into the concave angle. Gather my tissue, move it, and then now bend to the left. There you go.
Nature's moving.
And back to the center. Cut across, back to the left again. So away from the convex, into the concave. That's the principle. If any of you are wondering why that is, when you go concave, when you get compressed on one side, the tissues will start to move away from the spine, so you want to bring them back into it. When you go convex, all the tissues kind of gather towards the spine more because they get longer, so you want to move them away from the spine. That's the general principle. Okay? We're going to go a little bit higher here. So again, to the left. So really it is a pin and stretch, right? We're pinning it in, and then he's stretching it. Reach that arm a little more.
This one?
Yeah, nice big stretch.
Oh!
Pretty.
And
Where was that pop?
in my shoulder.
Back to the center. And left again. Good. So I'm going to work cross body just for the camera. Typically I would walk around to the other side, but we're going to start to open up his left side. So just feel around. Don't be fooled by all the muscles in here. Keep your searching right to left, and you'll feel where the erectors are tight, like right there. Now this is good. Now I know I'm going to be working his spinalis here because he's got that thoracic stuff going on, and those inner fibers are definitely very tight. So again, I typically wouldn't arc over the body like this, but I will for the camera.
Aren't you glad you volunteered, Dean?
I need it. I need it. Oh, God.
So when you glide on these muscles, you can definitely fall off. So you want to be sure, a lot of times if I want to be on that little rope right, you'll see it pop. Right there. Yeah. I want to be on that little rope. Typically I'll find it lightly, bring my hands in, get my pressure. Then I can start to glide on it real slow. It can be very finicky.
Oh, God.
I will have to come across for this. So the same principle here, we're going to build into the concave area. Okay. So this time he will bend to the right, yep, so to the right.
Oh, God.
And back, good. And then across the convex, so again to the right. Back, good. So same here, to the right. And back. One more time. And back. Good. So for rotations, the main part of his rotation was here, right? That bundle of erectors coming out to his right. So we want to work his left multifidi.
Oh.
So going this way. This, for clients, this is the hardest portion of the work to take, is this work. So we're going to practice this first, palms to the table. Now what you're going to practice doing, he is rotated to the left. Let me specify, his vertebrae, spinous processes are rotated to the left. His body, we define as rotated to the right. But I'm speaking from the back, which we don't name as rotation. They're facing left, like this, okay? So I want them to go back that way. So I'll have him do rotation to the left. That will bring the vertebrae to the right. That will aid my work. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. He's right rotated. Okay, right rotated. That brings the vertebrae this way. Okay, because he's right rotated.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So if I make him, so push through the table and rotate to the left for me. So rotate your whole torso to the left, like you're trying to, yes, like that. So it brings them that way. See, but he's not getting a lot of spinal rotation here. So when you push through, focus on rotating those vertebrae as much as you can.
So, while you're
So more of a
pushing
twist. Yep, more of a twist. So we're going to start here. In order to do this, I've got to get right in that lamina groove from the transverse process below to the spinous process above. So push and rotate. Good.
Where are you pushing towards the spine? Like
I'm pushing in, down, and then oblique. So down and then oblique. Multifidus and rotators. I'm actually going to do a little bit first before I have him rotate. Because when he rotates, he moves his shoulders a lot more than he moves his spine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not doing a whole lot for these vertebrae right now. But if you think about the angle of these muscles, they go from the transverse below to the spinous above. So usually when they pull them down at an angle because they go this way. So you want to try to bring your pressure in.
You're going towards the spine, final process.
Yep. So laminar groove, his spinous processes are right here. I'm off to the side, down in the laminar groove, and then back in towards the space.
I'm always afraid that my elbow's gonna like rub up on spinous
Oh.
process.
Yeah, you can use thumbs. You can try to use a knuckle in there. I find thumbs to be pointed enough to work really, really well. But yeah, you just gotta find where you're comfortable. Thumbs are good though. The amount of research currently that tie deep and superficial multifidus to back pain is tremendous. And they are very important muscles
Oh, God.
to treat. So we're going to go back to some active rotations, David, but nothing real major. Just really focus on taking the palms, contacting the table down. Yep. And just really try to isolate twisting right here, like you're trying to move that vertebra. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Oh, God.
I couldn't even breathe.
All right, so good. That's his spinous process. I fall off, I go in, and then I hook up towards the above vertebra. Okay. So if you can twist again for me. If you guys are big fans of like T-bars, you can go in with T-bars, or if you've got little stones or whatever, those are fine too. I like to keep skin-to-skin contact, but there's nothing wrong with that if you guys use it.
I had somebody use a T-bar only once. I hated it.
Did you?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah. It definitely feels less connected, you know? Quite is. All right, let's have you stand up real quick. So we've done a little bit of work. We're going to recheck his spine. So let's have you stand back out there.